I'm about to do something that I've never done before. I'm about to do something that's so out of this world. Well, not really. I'm really just about to do my first movie review on King Richard because I thought it was a beautiful movie. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy back here, and I'm not doing a food review. If you know our channel is based on food. Today, I went to the movies. I saw one of the most incredible, most beautifully written movies that I've ever seen in my life. It was so beautiful that I had to come and give my take on it. Now, may have a few spoilers in it for you, so spoiler alert. I'm talking about King Richard. King Richard is the story of Venus and Serena Williams, but it's not the actual story really based on them. This movie is really based on Richard Williams, which is why it's called King Richard, but obviously Venus and Serena are there as well. This is one of those movies that really pulled at my emotions. Like, I'm in the theaters, like, about to, like, break down, cry, and I'm walking out, like, holding back tears because people all around me. Let's start with, first off, the casting. Casting was freaking incredible.
What's going on? Everybody okay?
They got a call, said there was trouble in the house.
Will Smith just keeps on showing us why he's in the top echelon of actors, like, ever. Because the way he portrayed Richard Williams was nothing short of immaculate. Like, he had this man down to the T. Will had his voice down. He had his mannerisms down, the way he walked, the way everything. He had it down. This is one of those movies where the story is actually true. It was like 98% true. A couple of, percentages here and there were embellished, but that makes a great movie. Then you have the young ladies who played Venus and Serena in this movie. Their acting was so amazing. Demi Singleton played Serena Williams. Now, I've never heard of her as an actress. I've probably seen her in another movie, but she did a phenomenal job. Saniyya Sidney played Venus Williams. These girls did their thing. You thought that they were Venus and Serena.
All right. So tell me your names again.
I'm Venus. I'm Serena.
Aunjanue Ellis played the mom, Brandy Williams. Another phenomenal job. So who's ever responsible for the casting, A+, hand clap for y'all. Now let's get into the story. So King Richard was about Richard Williams and how him and his wife, Brandy, had planned on these young women growing up to be tennis stars.
Richard was going around and begging private country clubs like Riviera Country Club and others to give him their used balls.
There's so many lessons in this movie. One of the biggest ones that I took from this movie is manifestation. Spoiler alert, Richard Williams actually wrote a plan before Venus and Serena was even born.
2 years before the girls were born, Richard wrote out plans for their entire careers.
Venus and Serena gonna shake up this world.
A lot of people say he was obsessed with this, but he was so hell-bent on his plan that he went against the grain. Everybody was telling him, no, you've got to follow this. You've got to do this. This is the path that all the other successful pro tennis players took. He took them out of the juniors tournament, which everybody was adamant, no, do not do that.
You pulled him out of juniors. Now you pull him out of practice. You do it constantly.
He followed that plan, and that plan came true. There was a part in the movie where Serena, she's not jealous, but she's a little upset because Venus is getting the attention. She's the star. So he walks up to Serena and he says, I know this is eating away at you, but
You gonna be the best that ever was. You gonna be the greatest of all time.
And he wasn't lying. Serena is regarded by many as the best tennis player ever. One of the greatest athletes to ever play in sports. Another lesson that was in this movie that I thought was phenomenal was how he protected his kids. He got beat up for it several times, protecting his daughters. That's the reason he took them out of the juniors.
You got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child.
Another lesson I took from it, when his wife made him realize that he quits a lot. When something is not going the way he thinks it's supposed to go, he begins to give up and he quits. And that's what he was doing. And he was about to ruin Venus and Serena's chances of being a pro tennis player. She stuck by him and she made him see that and made him see the light. Another lesson. There was a time where the Nike company came and they offered them $3 million before she even set foot on her very first professional tennis match. They said Venus should make the decision. She looked at it and turned it down because she believed in herself. She believed that if she can prove what she can do, she can get a way bigger contract than what they were offering her. They believed in themselves. You look at them and you're just like, man, These young black girls from Compton, California, who everybody is counting out and counting out. I was like, man, they'll never. But they believe so much in themselves that they are two of the greatest tennis players in the history of tennis. Not just women, but in the history of tennis. Now, a lot of people might have missed this one. Big spoiler alert right here. There was a scene in the movie where Richard Williams got beat up protecting his daughters. Well, he got tired of it. He took his gun, and he went to find one of the street dudes that beat him up. He saw the guy standing out there, and he was about to go and confront him with his gun, but he gets killed in a drive-by. The way it happened is not factual. The actual way it happened was he went driving down the street, saw the guy. Richard had a shotgun. He wasn't going to harm him, but he saw that somebody had beaten and killed him on the ground. What I took from that lesson right there, when fate has a plan for you, you're going to see that plan through. Had he gone up to this guy and confronted him with his gun, he either could have gotten killed, which more than likely would have happened because it was more of them. He could have went to prison, but it could have derailed the path of Venus and Serena Williams. But fate stepped in and was like, nope, we got this. We already took care of it. Richard Williams sort of reminded me of Joe Jackson, but not Joe Jackson. What I mean by that is how determined he was for his kids to be great, but he didn't put his hands on them. He didn't use fear. He was just very stern in how he did things, to the point where a lot of times he pissed people off. He pissed his wife off. He pissed his children off, but he knew what it took. This movie is a phenomenal movie. Again, the acting, the storyline. If you haven't seen this movie and you like movies that tell a great story, you like movies that are true, because there's so many great lessons in this movie. Shout out to the entire cast and crew of King Richard. Amazing movie. Shout out to Venus and Serena. Shout out to Richard Williams. Shout out to Betty. Shout out to everybody. Go see the movie. I highly recommend it. I know this is not a movie review channel, and you're like, well, you don't recommend movies, but I recommend you go see this movie. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw and like what you heard. And if you go and see the movie, let me know that you saw it. Come back and comment. Or if you've seen it already, put it in the comments and let me know what lessons you learned and what you loved about the movie. As always, don't forget, the most important thing is love, y'all. On behalf of my brother Nate, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay positive. Y'all stay beautiful. And I'm about to stay, y'all. Love y'all. Mahalo, y'all. Peace.